Okay, another episode on the 65 Corvette with the LS2 and a 6-speed manual. I'm fitting in the tanks, incorporated fuel injection fuel tank. Beautiful product. I highly recommend them. Problem is these holes where this cross member goes in weren't drilled in the frame. So I had taken measurements from all of the body position points, 1, 2, 3, and this is 4. And the factory dimensional chart in the book doesn't give a dimension from here back to here to the back of the frame, and or from the front position to the front of the frame. So I went and measured the original frame to get those dimensions, and I was supposed to be 18.5 inches from the center of this number 4 body mount to the back of the frame. Well, I put my level up here and I noticed immediately that there's a big bow in that. This is not square because I only came up with 17.5 inches and not 18. 17.5 inches from here to the back of the frame, and the factory frame is 18. So I noticed that this is bowed. If you look at it, you can tell it by eyeball. Another way you can tell is right here. Sorry about that. See how far that's off in 7 inches? This is at an angle like this. So that throws my whole gas tank off. It'll throw the back bumper mounts off. It'll throw everything off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back out. It's bolted in the correct position. How I got that correct position though, when I was at the factory frame, I measured from the back of the factory frame to these bolt positions. And that's what led me to figure out that I'm an inch short at this position here where the bumper and the gas tank straps go. So when I measured from there to there, I was at this mark here and this mark here. So what I did then is I took my measurement from here and subtracted these, came up with the 2 I think 3/4 here and 5 5/8 here, came up with this measurement in the correct position off the body bracket. So my point here is you have to start from a known good location. You can't just arbitrarily say, okay, here's the back of the frame, I'm going to measure back from that, because we didn't know that for sure. It doesn't give that dimension on the factory dimensional chart, which is kind of goofy. Factory dimensional chart, this is out of the book, out of the shop manual. It does not give the dimension from here to the front of the frame. That dimension is absent. And from here to the back of the frame, that dimension is absent. It gives an overall and an in-between between these. So that was the problem. So if I'd have just measured from this aftermarket frame to here, I'd have been off by at least 1/2 inch. So I had to go out to the original frame, measured from here to the back, got my 18.5 inches here, and from this plane here to that body mount number 4, and it was 12 3/4 and 15 3/4. That allowed me to get the dimensions for these 2 bolt holes. So when you're doing an aftermarket frame, when something's been damaged or recreated, you have to go from known good measurements, or you'll get this thing all put together, the body on it, and all of a sudden the bumper's an inch too close and you've got problems. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. Not sure how I'm going to do this. A couple of different ways of going about it, but since this is welded here and here and here and the same on the inside, it's challenging. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have to cut this top and bottom on both sides to free this piece as much as possible, and then get a porta power in here from that solid mount back to here, push back easily in the center with a wide spreader, probably a big block of wood so it's soft, and see if I can get that to straighten out and come back the inch that it needs to be. Then I can mount the fuel tank where it's supposed to be and move on from there. That's what we're working on. Thank you.